internet land, live from my grandma's house. It's Saturday night with our host, the clueless Evan Bushkar. How's it going?
I'm great. I'm clueless Evan tonight because I don't know who the fuck these people are, and I'm hoping to be educated. And this is going to be great. I love this. We're going by the seat of our pants here, folks. So this is going to be great.
So this is very inmates running the asylum. Our babysitter Soda's not here, so classics like this or this. And of course, not gonna play it. Not gonna play the Spanish Inquisition. I'll play this though. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah. And a new favorite, just a picture of Darth Malgus and Lord Vindican drawn like Samurai Jack characters. There you go.
Oh, nice. They stole those poses.
Yeah,
those poses are Anakin and Obi.
Yeah,
in the poster
in Clone Wars Micro Series.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're supposed to have amazing on here, amazing Nerf Herder, but maybe he doesn't know we were doing it early, just like I'm seeing a lot of people that know we're doing it early. Right now we're talking to nobody, and I'm okay with that. I am at my a family reunion of sorts, a memorial for two amazing people who passed this winter, the grandparents of my my wife, and her entire family's outside, and I got permission to hide up in a bedroom and taco above Star Wars. And we don't have the bios because Amazing wrote them, but I'm a giant effing nerd, and I know the bios of Lord Vindican because he doesn't have much of one, and Lucien Draay because he's actually my favorite Legends character. Yeah.
Nice.
Did you know Lucien Draay was my favorite Legends character?
Did I actually know that?
Yeah.
I think I did. Who's your favorite real character? I say real because, you know, Legends is bullshit, you know?
Yeah, that's an ass face of a question. I don't actually know.
Oh. I thought you got an answer.
I mean,
you don't have to.
I don't really know. It's a weird question for me. Maul, maybe?
Okay.
I mean, he's my other favorite. Like, I don't think we'll ever do a versus of Maul. But he's probably my favorite canon character. And I actually are gonna piss off all the old school versus video people off, but I do prefer his Legends over his canon over his Legends.
His canon's fucking awesome.
Yeah, they gave him a lot more. He does have a really bloody. The fight that he has with Old Ben in the comics is like a knockout, drag out, like bloody affair where like Obi's like holding Maul's horns as he's like hitting him in the face. Like, you know, it's just like it's like Vegeta versus Goku when Vegeta's got the M on his forehead and they're just like.
Is that Old Wounds? Is that what it is? Is that?
Huh?
Is that Old Wounds?
Old Wounds?
Yeah.
That comic?
Yeah, is that what that is?
I believe.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Wow.
I believe. But also, we're competing with the Collision right now, so that's why I'm sure no one's gonna be watching. That's cool.
Fall off. People will join us.
So you want to talk about Lord Vindican?
Let's do it.
Lord Vindican was a pure-blood Sith. So the term pure-blood's a misnomer. Most Sith have a little bit of human blood because the Dark Jedi that after the third schism arrived on Korriban and then ruled Korriban, and Ajunta Paul was one of the Dark Jedis, and he became the first Sith Lord, first guy to rule over the Sith. So
I think you're talking about Exegol.
Nope. No, I said Korriban. No, Exegol's the reason why I hate canon. And if you want me to keep being nice to you, you don't keep fucking bringing up that shit. Okay. I'm in the Indian position on a bed right now. I'm ready to fight. Okay. And also, I lost my train of thought. So, Ajunta Paul takes over Korriban, and then after the Great Hyperspace War, during the Great Hyperspace War, a lot of Sith, along with Lord Vitiate, not Vindican, not the guy we're talking about, Vitiate, ran to Dromund Kaas and created a Sith Empire in the Unknown Regions. This Sith Empire in the Unknown Regions is the same one that Darth Revan and Malak ran into, and then they got turned by them, right? So then a couple thousand years after that is when the SWTOR, or Star Wars Old Republic, the MMO, not to be confused with KOTOR, SWTOR, the MMO, that's when this takes place. So Lord Vindican grew up on Dromund Kaas, and he trained as a Inquisitor on there. So he did a lot of Inquisitor-y things, and mostly it was Sith fighting other Sith politicians. That's a lot of, like, this era of Sith was very cloak and dagger of killing each other, which is kind of a thing else, kind of all eras of Sith, actually. But this homeboy decides, he's a badass, decides that he wants to break the idea of a Inquisitor training an Inquisitor, and he chooses the amazing Darth Malgus, who we gave S tier, by the way, Sith warrior, to be his apprentice, and then they together they spearhead the invasion of the galaxy when they want to come back, right? So this is what all that MMO is about. So the very amazing trailer for SWTOR called The Return shows Vindican and Malgus being the first Sith in like 1,000 years to hit blades with a Jedi. And those Jedi are Satil Shan and Keo Sendarak, or Keo Sendarak. I've heard it said both ways. But anyways, that's all we got. So the way that ends up is Keo Sendarak impales him through the waist, and then he gets out of the fight, and after Malgus goes fucking beast mode and mows down Keo Sendarak, he walks up as you see all these like Sith destroyer ships, capital ships, like come up on Korriban, because they're outside of Korriban when this happened. I didn't know if I said that part. I'm going off to see my pants, guys, so I'm surprised I'm doing this good. Plus,
Is this the scene in the cinematic?
Yes.
Okay, I've seen this. I was like, but this is familiar.
Yep. So all of the ships surround Korriban.
Awesome.
And then he's like, yes, we did it. And Malgus is like, welcome home, and cuts his head off, because Malgus is a fucking beast. And because he showed weakness. Yeah. I actually think Malgus is a better version of Vader, because he had he didn't have a master who was trying to undermine him. Vader's cybernetics were faulty. Malgus's were not. So Malgus lived for a very long time, and he was superhuman strength the whole time. Vader was very not. He was still very strong. Don't get me wrong. Vader is a superhuman strength, but his dexterity was messed up, and also his cybernetics prevented him from using Force Lightning, which, completely hindered him.
Which also, which killed him in the long run. His susceptibility to that.
Yeah, which is just if you're Palpatine and you're a god at shooting lightning, make your apprentice not able to take lightning. It's pretty brutal.
It is.
All right, well, there we go for Lord Vindican. I told you, it's not much of a bio.
That was the fastest bio I think we've read on the show. I'm proud
Lucian's going to be quick. This actually, I like this because this is a very, boom, boom. I really like this versus, and I can get into it. So, Lucien Draay, a human of the Draay family line. Krenda Draay was his dad, or his mom. His dad was killed in Exar Kun's Sith Wars. So Exar Kun, Ula Keldroma. So this is back in the day. And his mom was a seer. She was Mira Lucan, right? So she didn't have the eyes. No Mira Lucans? Yeah?
Do I know
You're
that?
with me,
I
Evan?
don't know what that is.
Miralukins don't have eyeballs. They see through the Force.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so his dad fell in love with one, probably because she can't see him. So if I was an Uggo or with like a strong spirit, I'd be all over Miralukin. Oh my god, I gotta stretch my legs out. I can't. I'm not like like a kid in the library, like in the library storybook time, and they're all like sitting all Indian style.
Yeah.
I'm not that. I'm fat and out of shape, man. I can't do this shit. Hey, we got somebody watching. All right, so bio Lucien Draay. So Lucien's mom was a Jedi seer. So after the war, she went back to New York. After the war with Exar Kun, she got obsessed with stopping the next rise of Sith. So she, her alongside a guy who got messed up during the war, who was also an apprentice of Arca Jeth, who was Ula Keldroma's master. No, Exar Kun's man. Ula Keldroma's master, yeah. Arca Jeth, he's a really cool guy. Arcanian, like they're like chits, but they're white.
Oh, the red eyes and everything too.
Kind of, but they're all about like the pure blood. They're very like high elfy, very
elves,
if you will. Yeah. Well, chits are blue elves, so
yeah, that's true.
Anyway, so one of their Arca Jeth's apprentices named Hazen just sucked at a lot of stuff, and he ended up like getting blown up, and he sucked. And Kreia, like taking pity on him, brought him back to her big estate to live. His name's Hazen. So pretty much she puts together a thing called the Jedi Covenant. And besides Lucien, they were all seers. So Lucien was the watchdog. So this is him as a kid. He didn't have, even though his mom was Miralukin, he did not have the seer capability. So he was like their enforcer. That's him like younger. And this is a picture of the whole Jedi Watch Circle. So they're called the Jedi Watch Circle of the Covenant. This is missing a couple, I think. But they're all seers except for him. And he was like the muscle of the group, right? And one day, they all had apprentices and they were about to knight them all. His apprentice was Zane Carrick. I'm going to like la-di-da a lot of this. That's because I don't need to go read the comics. But the call to adventure is right before they're all about to get knighted. The homeboys go up on a moon and all the Jedi Watch Circle get together and look into the future, and they see from their watch circle the Sith coming. So the Sith is one of their apprentices. So they go home, and the day of the knighting ceremony, Zane Carrick, Lucien Draay's apprentice, shows up late and walks in, and all of the apprentices have been slaughtered by their masters to prevent the rise of the Sith. So they just killed all their own apprentices. And then he's like, bye, and just bounced. So I'm gonna, kind of la-di-da out of a comic. The comic's really good. Pretty much ends with you finding out the mastermind behind it all was actually Hazen, who collected a lot of Sith artifacts. He's kind of a badass of his own right. I think I have a picture of Hazen. Yeah, here's a Lucien fighting Hazen. He's got like weird horns. He's got like Marco Ragnos's horns and a bunch of gauntlets. So, anyways, it ends with Lucien fighting Zane, and then Lucien picking up the red lightsaber of Hazen right here. So badass. And I believe his mom gets killed somewhere in this. I really wish I wrote this down. But anyways, it ends with Lucien Draay taking out Hazen, and then a big explosion happened. They called a firebomb onto the on the Draay estate, and everyone thinks Lucien died, but no, he just lost his eyesight, but gained the ability to see, and he actually started a real Jedi Covenant on an unknown world with a bunch of unknown Jedi. Badass.
Damn.
And that's a really quick, but once we get into the combat, I'll really kind of gush over Lucien. But I love his ornate robes, and I love his style. Oh. He's very not a good Jedi. And I like that idea of the Jedi being so comfortable in their role of like getting kind of like aristocratic, like he lived on his estate and he had these ornate robes and his lightsaber was simple but pretty. And he also looks like if Hitler could create a Star Wars character, like he's like this giant blonde hair,
he looks like a grown-up Draco Malfoy.
Mm-hmm.
Even down to the pure blood.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What do you think? Anything you want to add in before we start?
No, I was just curious. You brought up Vader a long time ago. I wanted to just ask a quick question because there's been some contention. No, we're gonna stay on target here. But people said that Vader
queuing up a certain video
lost most of his midichlorians when he lost his limbs, and I think people have a vital misunderstanding of how midichlorians work. They're
I don't
in
even
the cells.
like talking about midichlorians, dude. It's an odd thing. I don't even like that they exist. I cough and say bullshit when I watch Phantom Menace during that part.
Here's my opinion, or here's my question: is your opinion that midichlorians exist in the cells, and Anakin has 20,000 in each cell, or that he has 20,000 in his body?
Okay, this is not the answer you wanted. I never have ever thought or cared about midichlorians. And honestly, whatever answer pisses you off the least, because I don't fucking care. He was the chosen one. You don't have to say he has magical bugs. The Force was explained. Yoda says it's between us and it fucking penetrates us. He says the stuff, and then they're like, "No, man, it's bugs inside you."
It's not bugs.
I hate it. It's dumb.
Another day I'll defend these. I'm one of the few people who likes the midichlorians. I think it's nice. The only time
it's done right is when Plagueis literally has a manipulate midichlorian power. Like that's badass. And I like the idea that. What?
I was just saying it's
What'd you say?
Basically Sith alchemy in
Yeah. Okay, well, we got a lot to get through, and we actually want to make this a quick episode, and no one's watching anyways.
Nice.
For you, buddy.
No one else got that. Even if they were watching, nobody would get it.
Yeah, no one would. All right, Vindican's physicality. You ready?
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I added a little more, and I went this much more than 2 pages.
Oh, that's okay. You're doing your best.
I was so proud I did under 2. Vindican was a Sith pureblood distinguished by a bulky frame, red skin, and facial tendrils. Purebloods had more strength and endurance than normal humans. All purebloods are naturally force sensitive. Did I say that in a way that didn't trigger you?
No, that's fine. I think natural force sensitivity is fine.
Okay.
They just have a lot of midichlorians. That's all it is.
They all can use the force. Would that have pissed you off?
Oh, no, using the force is fine. Just don't say they're born having the force. That's the...
With it.
Yeah, you can't possess the force.
I don't want to trigger you.
Yeah, that's okay. I get where you're going.
Yeah, they're all born with the power of force.
With the power of force.
Yeah. Means they're just pushing each other around in the womb. All right. They're all force sensitive. Where was I? Though all purebloods, or they're called red Sith, though called purebloods or red Sith, all of them have some human genetics due to interbreeding with the Dark Jedi that landed on the planet, which I went through already. Vindican himself had a slender yet muscular frame, perfect for his role as an Inquisitor. He had good reach thanks to his slender yet slender frame. His most notable physical attribute was his constitution. Dude could take a hit. Chaos Center Ratch stabbed him through the gut, and he didn't die. And he probably would have lived to fight another day if Mulgus wasn't an asshole. chopped his freaking head off. So he got stabbed through the waist. Overall, he was a very solid combatant, very lanky, capable of acrobatics with a solid constitution. Not too much to go over. Dude was a beat stick, but he wasn't, a monster. And
I need to know the important stuff here. How big was his dick?
How big was it, or how big were the tendrils that I'm assuming sit dicks?
Fuck.
Dude, right? You asked. Rib for everyone's pleasure. Is that what you asked? You asked me. All right. Do you want to discuss besides about his genitalia? Do you want to discuss anything else about Vindican's physicality?
No, it's all pretty.
Do you want to see him again?
Yeah, show me the pic. Yes, I love seeing his face. There's another close up of his face that's like that from that model. That one. I love how striking he looks. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Vindican a lot. I love his mask too. It's super simple.
Oh yeah.
It looks like we can't see but that's a lot of the hood. It's essentially just like 3 gold bars.
Yeah.
And that's all it is.
Do you know Sarko Plank? Do you know who if I'm talking about Sarko Plank, do you know who that is? He's his background Jakku villager. He kind of looks like Sarko Plank mixed with Kylo Ren. Is what his costume looks like. It's kind of
cool.
Yeah.
Really proud of you.
Yeah, hey, Ben's here.
Ben! Hey! Finally, someone's actually watching. What's up, man? It's just me and Evan. Ben, do you want to come on? I will send you if you got nothing going on. I would love to have somebody to bounce off. Just let me know and I'll send you the link right now. But anyways, not to steal our one viewer, Evan.
I know we get one viewer. You're like, oh, come on.
Okay, Lucien Dray's physicality. You ready?
Yes.
Lucien was a bulky, tall human, the enforcer of the Jedi Covenant on Terrace. His size fit his role. He was incredibly strong, being able to choke out an HK series combat droid. Yeah, he grabbed an HK series combat droid and ripped its not real throat out.
Right.
What the hell? That's muscle right there. All right. And a model built for durability. So whatever, rip its head off. Though he wasn't only strong, he was also very fast. He was credited with rapid strike in his Old Republic campaign guide. He could use speed and evasive maneuvers to fight multiple opponents at once, which is like a Shicho thing. That's a Form 1 kind of staple. He was also very durable, taking and shrugging off hits, most notably surviving a statue falling on him. And also he took hits from Hazen's dark side gauntlets and just kept on moving. Pure dark side energy that killed, not wounded, killed other Jedi. And he's like, ow, whatever. Freaking Lucien Draay and this bitch. So all it did, Lucien was the prototype of a Jedi warrior, and you'd be hard pressed to find a Jedi as strong or well built as Lucien. Besides, I don't know, Pong, Krell, or Kakruk, giant aliens. When it comes to a human, him and Uluk Keldroma, that's it. These guys, besides just giant humans or giant aliens. What?
Yeah, it's like Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah,
if the Rock was a Jedi.
Draay, right? Because that's his last name. Draay the Rock. Lucien. I did it backwards.
Yeah.
Lucien the Rock Draay. Do we have any cool pictures? This is him taking a hit and just still hitting him with the lightsaber. Look, he's just getting lightninged and he's like, whatever.
Incredible.
Yeah. And he gets up. Yeah. Dude. Lucien's awesome.
Speed,
all right.
Performance.
Who we giving physical edge?
Definitely Lucien Draay. He's a tank of a person.
Yeah, completely agree.
No doubts. No doubts there. The boy's
This
good.
is a day of Watto impressions.
Is it?
Okay,
yeah.
can we talk about the showdown really quick? So, Ellis asked Harloff, he's like, hey, if you like, the car broke down or something, would you go to Watto shop? He's like, yeah, sure. I was like, dude, he has slave labor. No, are you kidding me?
Dude,
He's got slaves. You care about your fellow humans, you piece of art?
You're gonna find Watto's junk shop on one of those like do not visit lists on Facebook. Shitty screenshots.
If Twitter exists on tattooing, he would have got me too'd the fuck out.
It's true. Watto got canceled a long time ago.
Yeah. So tantalizing.
So tantalizing. Yeah.
Well, you put that up
there. To be clear, this is not our Watto impression. This is our Family Guy Watto impression. Right now?
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
Honestly, I feel like I'm a little above doing a Watto impression because a Watto is a stereotype of a Jewish salesman.
Right.
So
I think you can
do it. Feeling like
I kind of feel weird doing Neimoidian voices, but
I will only do it mocking it. Like if people are like, "Wait, what do you mean it's racist?" Russell, communication, don't that like, cringe.
The inflection is so fun. Like he says, "the Senate." Like that's the funniest shit. These characters say the funniest shit.
Suspect an attack.
Dude, I don't want to do it. It feels
wrong. That,
You're tempting me to do it. I'm not gonna. But I have like honed in the Neimoidian impressions, and I feel like I shouldn't do them anymore. And it's like weird. It's weird.
Is this gonna take me out if I look at what people are saying to me here?
No, you're in.
All right, cool. I just had to flip off to a different channel. I want to say what Soda said. He was just lolling at you. So we're going Lucien Draay, physical edge?
Yes. He's
all
big.
Right, cool.
Big boy.
Beast.
Is Lord Vindican? Is that how you say his name? Is this the lightsaber you really wanted to talk about? I know we're not like. Oh, who's the lightsaber?
No, Exar Kuhn's. Yeah, this is. No, this is equipment. No, he just got a double-bladed one. You want to see it?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out which one you were like obsessed with.
Got a cool double-bladed lightsaber.
That's pretty cool. I like those.
Just very basic.
I like those like Sauron like guards on the hilts like that. I think that looks kind of cool.
Yo, absolutely. Let's watch like the first second of this. I'll shut it off. But you see him holding it right over. Nice. Never mind. I thought it was him walking out of the shot. This was very cut down. But like the beginning of the trailer, he's like holding it straight up. You get a really cool shot of it. No, Exar Kun is my favorite lightsaber. And if we ever cover Exar Kun, it's going to be like one of our S tier versus S tier matches. So, like, who do you really want? And also, Exar Kun versus every S tier has been done on a versus video already. Like, I don't think we can find an S tier that hasn't fought him. No one does enough Cade Skywalker stuff. So maybe if we want to see Cade lose, I would like to do a Cade versus Vader or a Cade versus Dooku. If we want to talk S tier players, like those are some up tier guys, you know.
Sure. Right.
Okay, so Vindican. I started calling him Vinny here. Vinny.
My cousin Vinny.
That's what I got my notes.
My cousin Vindican.
Yeah, I called him Vinny. My cousin Vindican wore black hooded robes that were lightly armored. Let's just show it as I talk about it. Look at the power I got today, man. All right. Yeah, so lightly armored robes. What?
That's a clean suit.
Yeah, it's a nice suit. It's a cool suit. A lot of really cool cosplay of this guy, too. Yeah, so paired with the mask, these were perfect for his role as an Inquisitor, concealing his appearance and keeping him mobile. His lightsaber was a standard saber staff with a cool Sith design with red blades. which we talked about. If we want to go Legends, the red blades were synthetic, which give them more cutting ability without mobility. And if we want to go Canon, which I like this more, and I know you like it more, they are corrupted crystals that, again, more power, less mobility, same thing. I just like the idea of corrupting a crystal. It's just
crystal is the reflection of the user.
Yes.
And I think that makes so much more sense that way. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Lucien Draay's equipment. So he rocked super awesome decorative robes. Kind of a little too decadent for, a humble monk. So compared to normal, modest look of a Jedi, Lucien looked like a pimp. That's what I have written. Paired with a simple yet elegant lightsaber. Again, this guy's all about ornate. Like, it's the design doesn't do anything besides look good. It's a simple design, but it still like has these curves and everything to him. He's very, very focused on appearance, which it's I like my imperfect characters. Like, this guy is not your mama's Jedi. Like, he's very gray, but he's not a gray Jedi. He thinks he's, this is very the like Templar thing. Like, he's very up his own ass about his own good, that he's bad. Like, they justified murdering Padawans. Anyways, and I just feel like his look fits that. Sure. It fit perfectly with his robes. The saber hilt was slightly extended, perfect for two-handed strikes, and it emitted a blue blade of unspecified crystal. I don't know. And so who we got for equipment?
I'm actually going to go Lucien Draay. I think Lucien Draay.
Well, all right. So you're fighting against somebody who's wearing armor and somebody with a double-bladed lightsaber. You can convince me,
right?
But do it.
Well, you see, Lucien Draay's lightsaber is prettier. So no.
Guy.
For equipment, yeah. Okay, that's fair. I was thinking
it's not a huge edge. Equipment's not a big edge.
Right. Especially when you're dealing with lightsabers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the edge is obviously for fucking
Vindican.
Lord Vindican. Sorry, I try. But I like Lucien Draay's lightsaber a lot. It's really pretty.
Yeah, me too. I like his whole shtick. If I was in shape, I would cosplay as Vindican in a heartbeat.
I feel that.
Nothing looks worse than somebody who's cosplaying as an attractive guy and they're butt ugly. Like, there's nothing worse. Like, there's nothing worse than that. Like, how many fat Brolys I've seen at like Kamea-Con? Like, when we went to Kamea-Con, there's like this big fat dude, but he's wearing the Broly thing. He's like, Broly! It's like, more power to you, dude.
That's how I would be. I'm terrified of being in the 501st because I'm like, what must armor look like on my body today? I'm wondering how it would look, but one day.
It would look like Old Man Rex from Rebels.
Yes!
But not old, and you have no excuse.
I could do like new Boba. Thick Boba.
Yeah. He looks
awesome.
Good, though.
He's a fucking tank. He's not fat.
All right.
People said he was fat. He's a fucking beast of a person.
Beast. He's the actor who played the first gladiator trainer in the prequel season of Spartacus. He's a monster.
Oh. I've never seen
He's a beast of a dude. That actor's big. And he's a Kiwi.
Have you seen
I like New Zealand a lot. So.
Have you seen the video of him talking about the spa? About he's like at the Polynesian spa. And he's like there's so many what does he say? So many pleasures here at the Polynesian spa. And it's beautiful. I love it.
It sounds pretty creepy though. Before we move on, I wore this shirt earlier that I was really proud of wearing. It says Dadacorn. It's got a picture of like a dad unicorn, and it has my daughter's name like underneath the unicorn that he like has, and my daughter peed on it.
Nice.
I was holding her right after our nap, and I went down to like say hi to everybody. We're just surrounded by a bunch of family, and everyone's like, "Oh, hey, cute girl." I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "No, it's just peeing on me." All right, bye guys. And I had to switch into this shirt, which I wore yesterday already.
Right.
So I got peed on. Okay,
Wow.
You ready to get in the potatoes?
Yes.
All right, Lucien Dray's saber skills. Let's watch the video. It's a quick clip. It's only half of the video. If Soda was here, he'd be a lot better at.
I love that he just tried to lunge that Zabrak in the face. Like, just,
Yeah. Dude, that attack is so cool. Where it's like, bam, bam, hey, yo.
Do you remember Rey does that in The Force Awakens, and because of that, I remember people were like, dude, she's a fucking Palpatine.
I remember.
That's right.
And when they made her a Palpatine, I was like, you're listening to the wrong fans, dicks. Okay.
Shouldn't listen to any fans, but that's just me.
Especially not Star Wars fans.
I know! I'm one of them. Don't listen to us.
No. Oh my god, my legs. All right, so Lord Vindican's preferred lightsaber style was never confirmed, but multiple YouTubers, but I'm going to give one a shout out who would hate our show, by the way, because we like Camden a little too much for his taste. Jen Sarai 1, who theorized that he was 4 and 5 Xi'an, and I completely agree. Completely agree with the guy. He's very 4 and 5, but think he's more Xi'an. He's less strength-based. He's not full-on Gen So. He's not Anakin. It follows that of attack, parry, attack, parry, attack, parry, but less with the, full muscle, like overarching sweeps, like what a lot of Gen So 4 and 5 practitioners use. Like even Plo Koon would be a little more Plo Koon. I hate Amazing. He ruined me forever with that. But he's closer to that very elegant block attack. He's very much like Plo Koon, but with a double-bladed lightsaber. So, all right. His technique was very well crafted and elegant, using his saber staff to full effect, blocking and immediately following with another attack. Instead of a strength-based form, Gen So, that Anakin used, Vindican used a pinpoint accuracy, which we saw with like that lunge, that like spear. Like he knows where his lightsaber's going. Like he's very accurate with what he was doing. Twirling his lightsaber to create more momentum and then attacking simultaneously as he's blocking. He was a true textbook master. His only weakness was that he might have been too true to form and unable to improvise, so we don't have his death scene. And also, we shouldn't keep playing things we can get copyrighted for anyways. But the way his death happened was Keo Sendarach brought up the double-bladed Satil Shan's double-bladed lightsaber back and then opened it after it was already back, which was showing a technique that we talked about before called Tarkata, of being able to shut off your lightsaber and starting it back again, like making people whiff. So he did that because he had 2 sabers going this way, and he like moved back, and no one's thinking that he's about to start this one back up, and it goes right through the guy who's behind him, which was Vindican. Vindican didn't see that. He's too textbook. So he might get a little thrown off by that very unorthodox. And Lucien Draay is not going to whip out any, Tarkata or Tarkata. Tarkatans are Baraka's species in Mortal Kombat. I got too much nerd in my head, dude. But oh my god. I don't think that he's going to pull off anything like that. But the point I'm trying to make is that if you go a little too off the beaten path, it might throw him up or throw him off a little bit. Overall, he's an extremely skilled 4-5 duelist with high defenses and well-tuned technique. Like, that's it, man. This dude was technique. That's what he was. Yeah. That was Vindican's lightsaber. Should I just jump right into Lucien or what?
Oh, yeah. We're good. I'm sorry. I didn't know what you were waiting on. Yes.
No, I like to open up. It's not just me talking at Evan.
Well, yeah. No. I was just saying pure Sith elegance. And then I was waiting on a response, and you're like, should we move on? I'm like, yeah, I guess. I
didn't hear you. I heard you say something, and I was like,
yeah, there's like a weird delay between us right now. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, I've noticed it. I'm sorry.
Is it you or
Does
me?
this help?
Oh, nice. Yeah,
it's probably me. I'm in the middle of nowhere, hard lined into this internet, but like the cable's blinking red. Like, I don't know.
This is a new house. Keep that in mind too. So I don't know if the Wi-Fi.
This is an old house in the middle of nowhere too.
So. That's fine. Oh, so fuck you. No.
Well, then I'm getting a delay. Like when I'm clicking videos, it's taking like a second to play. Right. So I'm even getting a delay on my computer. So it's probably me. All right. Lucien Draay's saber skills. Can you guess? Do you want to guess his form?
Listen, I've heard the forms so many times. I know that there are 7 of them. Is that right? I'm just gonna guess the number because I don't know anything. I'm gonna guess 5.
No, we just said 5. Why would I pin 2, 4, and 5s against each other?
I don't know.
Why would I do that? Why would I do that?
Why would we pin 2 Star Wars characters against each other? This is all nonsense, you realize.
Why are we doing this at all?
Just quit.
Sorry. Right there.
It goes
hi, my nephews.
Oh my gosh.
Hey guys.
Oh man, hello. Our greatest fans.
It's kind of awesome that my nephews watch.
No, I'm being serious. I'm not joking. Kind of I love that they watch.
I wouldn't say they're our fans.
If my nephew started watching, I would absolutely adore it. So I understand what's going through your head.
Okay, so Lucien Draay saber skills for you guys who just showed up. Let's look at this. Let's look at Lucien again. So let's get into Lucien Draay saber skills. Oof. Yeah. That Zane character.
What's that form? Okay, here's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing he's that tankish form that's just about power blows and breaking.
That's form 5. That's Anakin's. No, it's cooler than that.
Wait, I thought. Interesting that Vindican is form 5 then, because he's so.
Form 5 has 2 different variations. Xian, Gen So. Both of them are based on blocking and immediately attacking.
Yeah.
And one is strength based, and one's more. Xian's normally more blaster oriented, but also it's more elegant.
Okay.
All right. Lucien, along with Kit Fisto, is a textbook Form 1 master. This is why I love this so much. So Form 1, Shicho was normally the tutorial form, but taken past that, fully mastered to become something completely different. And that's what I love about this guy and Kit Fisto, is that it's the Form 1 tutorial form. Every single Jedi learns it, but they went and took it. They ran with it, right? Yep. And it's extremely dangerous and extremely unpredictable, but it was made before lightsabers were developed.
Right.
So it was made with swords way back in the day. So it was made before dueling, and look at who we got here. Hey.
So sorry shit. No, it's okay. No, you're good. Don't worry.
I don't think I told you we were doing it an hour early.
Oh, no, you didn't.
No, I tried to text you before. I sent you a bunch of texts that say, hey, we're doing an hour early. Did I not tell you?
No. Damn. No.
I don't have
We're in the middle of it.
I'm just glad it's not my fault. You know?
No, it's fine. But we're just going to move along. Amazing. You're going to be able to help us decide, but I did kind of do half-ass bios, so I'm sorry you wrote up bios for no reason.
I just showed up to decide who won. That's why I'm really here.
Well,
that's what you're here for.
And I haven't heard any of the arguments so far, so I'm the one who knows.
Well, right now we're in the middle of saber forms, but we only did Vindicans. We already said Vindicans, and I just started doing Lucians.
All right.
So right now we gave Lucien Draay physicality and Vindican equipment. So for Amazing's sake, I'll explain my Vindican lightsaber form super quickly. And he's a very textbook. Are you listening, Amazing? This is the only reason I'm talking
taking notes, Mark.
Very, very textbook Form 5 Xian, but so less of the Gen So strength base, but it's attack, or it's a block attack. But he was very technique oriented, and he was very pinpoint with what he did. Should we watch it again? For a little bit of it?
I like
Let's watch a little bit.
It's an awesome.
Yeah. All right. I don't know why we only have that little segment, but we're making do with it. So as you kind of get what I was trying to convey there. Amazing. All right. Let's move on to Lucien Draay. So Lucien Draay was was a Form 1 tactician or practitioner, just like Kit Fisto. So Form 1, the tutorial form, but he took it to its nth degree, and it became something completely different. So what's cool about this form is it's super unpredictable. It's called the Way of the Sarlacc. It was developed before the emergence of lightsaber and conflict between the light and the dark side Jedi. It's used in modern combat, is very unpredictable, letting your attack be guided by instinct and force, much like Form 7, because Form 7 is guided with passion. But instead of using your inner passion and anger guide your lightsaber like Form 7, it is letting outside forces guide it, right? So instinct and the force can guide it. So a notable weakness of Form 1 is that it's not as good against one opponent because it is designed for like crowds, right? Lucien perfected it, so it probably kind of got rid of that weakness. In contrast to Fisto, though, Lucien paired this form with his massive bulk and strength. I'm not saying Fisto's weak by any means, but Lucien Draay's a tank. And he used his strength a lot more during his fight, during his technique. So he was not. So even though he had this massive bulk and strength, he was not a barbarian. His moves were very dynamic. He focused on fighting style. He focused his fighting style to combat. Oh my god! Yeah, so he focused it specifically to combat the Sith when they came back. So it was to evade very barbaric Sith, and that's how he would have perceived it. Like Sith that are very aggressive, it's to get out of the way of that aggressive, and then get in the inside and work the body. Like that's what he would do. He would evade it in the opening attack with an unorthodox pattern, and then hitting them back like a brick wall. So he always was pressing the attack using acrobatic dodges to take the path of least resistance and then make his killing blow. Let's check out. I got some really cool pictures here of him doing this. So it's like when he's fighting Lucien Draay. No, that's not it. Or not Lucien. He is Lucien Draay. When he's fighting Zane Carrick, so you see he's just swinging. He's got a red lightsaber in this, but he's just swinging for the fences. He's getting into it and then just, putting his whole body into it. So it's kind of like, somebody like getting inside and just nailing you. And that's how he fought. Where was I? So Shicho also had a focus on multiple opponents, something Lucien Draay has trained in, and you do see him in the comics like fight a whole gang of Mandalorians and stuff like that. So he definitely has that. So though it won't come up because we're only fighting one guy, Lucien Draay was the Covenant's watchdog. So he was the Jedi Covenant's watchdog and enforcer. So he trained his entire life to defeat Sith upon their return at any cost, and that's exactly what he trained for, how he fought. So before we move on, I want to bring up one reason why I liked this pairing. So here's just more, that's him when he was younger. And then I like that everybody else had the green lightsabers because he's like the one warrior among the counselors. But I want to explain my pairing really quick before we choose this. I liked the idea of a Jedi of Old Republic, who would have been before Vindican came back, who was training for the Sith return. And this is a Sith who was training for the Sith return. And he was the first Sith to fight a Jedi.
Yeah.
They're so perfect. I'm going to stretch my legs out. And who do you guys think should get lightsaber skills?
I'm giving it to Vindican. I love the beautiful elegance of how he fights. It's mostly just because I can see it. I love watching it. I love the way it looks. That face stab would be lethal.
This just doesn't do it for you? It's not enough?
Nope. It's not enough.
What about this? Doesn't do it for you?
He looks scary as hell, I will say there. But, Jesus. No, but, yeah, I'm giving it to Vindican. Personally.
I got an ace in the hole, but I'll let Amazing talk. Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry I didn't get your text.
No, it's all right. We changed things up. It's all good. You're all
I tried to call you like 4 times, but who's counting?
My phone's volume was off. It does that in my pocket, and it wasn't near me, so I didn't hear it vibrating.
All right, well, this isn't Let's Talk About Your Pocket.
I love Lucien Draay. The Old Republic series, I've actually been reading a few issues recently. Dray's great. This is an actually odd pairing too, because Dray's kind of a villain of his people, while Vindican's kind of a hero of his. So which one's really the light side and the dark side guy? That's a tough question here. One of them does shoot more lightning, but I think just the fact that Lucien Draay was a prodigy of lightsabers his entire life, and we are seeing both of them fighting like some of the. Well, we're seeing Vindican fighting some of the best lightsaber duelists of his era too, and I don't think Draay really has a moment where he fights some of the best of his era. Although he's still,
he does.
He's right. Up there with Malik and stuff in that period. They're definitely both. Potentially the same skill level, but we also have so much more of Draay actually fighting. While Vindican, we only have one really cool BioWare cutscene. So
2.5 minutes. Yeah,
awesome
2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes though.
Yeah, it's enough to. Yeah. Okay. Can I convince you, Evan?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go back to my notes. How did Vindican die? It was Kato Senderaj being unpredictable, right? I think Lucien's unorthodox. I think he would just move in. There's your blade, and then you're just going to go, hello, and just hammer. I think he's going to get inside. Lucien's all about that spinning, Vindican's all about that spinning and keeping you at a distance. He's like a boxer who, who moves, who's not even there. Lucien's getting right into the pocket. I think that he's the opposite of who Vindican can fight with, and I think Vindican will get it.
Here's how I see this.
Lucien.
This is Bruce Lee versus Dave Bautista, and that is in terms of elegance versus bulk. I feel like that's where we are, personally.
Yes, but guess what? Bruce Lee could get beat up by any brawler.
No, I am aware.
That brawler knows how to. It like reminds me of that match in Snatch. You remember that movie with
I've not seen it actually. Is that the Guy Ritchie
Brad
movie?
Pitt? Where Brad Pitt just like he's a bar fighter and he mastered that one punch.
Yeah.
So they like make him be in a boxing match and he just kills the dude because he just mastered that one punch. So a thing that they get that Lucien Draay gets compared to, what?
Brad Pitt kicks Bruce Lee's ass in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Exactly.
Wow.
Here's another Brad Pitt. Holy shit. I just realized. So another thing he gets compared to is in the movie Troy when he had Brad Pitt's character
Achilles.
Achilles, thank you. I was just pointing at my heel. You know, this guy.
Achilles.
Yeah, Achilles. The attendant, not the heel. Like fights their warrior and he just jumps out of the way and stabs the dude like right here.
Hector.
He just runs up and just jumps.
I was actually
That's
just
Lucien Draay.
Seen them this week. I don't know why that came up.
Yeah, that's hilarious because that gets brought up a lot with Lucien Draay because that's what he does. That's, by the way, if you want to see Lucien Draay versus Savage Opress, that's that fight. Savage would be like, and he's like, oh, bye. And I think he would get right through Vindican's defenses.
I don't know.
Well, and also,
do you want to call it even?
Vindicator Sheehan.
Do you want to say no edge?
Hold on. What were you saying, Amazing?
Vindicator's Sheehan is not like a counter to Dray's fighting style. It's not designed to be the thing that Draay would have to worry about.
Right. Here's my thing. I think this is one of those cases where it will greatly depend on the author. I think it's like there are edges definitively to each one, and I'm saying like they're good in different ways.
I think we could say no edge for lightsaber and move on. We haven't done that, but we easily can.
I'm cool with
that. Amazing, are you cool with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
because Force, there's definitely going to be an edge.
Okay. I have a feeling I know where this is going, but
if you want to talk about bias, I want Lucien Draay to win. He's my favorite Legends character, period. Yeah. So if you think that you're like, I think I know where this is going, I don't want it to go where you think it's going. All right. Vindican's Force. Being a Sith Inquisitor, back up. At the time of preparing for war, Force training would have been his primary focus. So I credit him with basic physical augmentation, enough to keep up with his demanding lightsaber style, where he really would. Excuse me, I'm drinking a stout and it's coming up. I'm burping a lot. Where he really shined was his lightning in his application of 2 to minutes. So his protect and unleash, right? It's his blocking energy and expelling energy. This is that guy's bread and butter. Is Vindican's. So he mastered both sides of this coin perfectly, and so protect and unleash. He would casually toss out Force Lightning during matches, which we see in that clip when Satele Shan's jumping up, he just goes, BAM! Just shoots it right back. I got another clip, and I wish I'm not a clip, but I wish I had this clip because something happens right after he does this. This is him shooting lightning at the ship as it's trying to go away. But what happens right after he does this, Jace Malcolm, the soldier who's in this clip too, whips out a rocket and shoots it at him, and he's shooting the lightning, sees the rocket, and just goes boop, and just blocks it. Just stops the entire kinetic force of the freaking rocket. That's 2 to menace, baby. That's your protect. So he's unleashing all of his force, and then he's like, oh, I took no damage from that rocket. That's some Sithin.
Good Sithin.
That's some Sithin right there. You're cooking with Sithin. That's some good Sithin. So I covered everything I had when I just went on my own rant and I went off script. So, yeah, my only concern so him also just throwing the lightning out like this, it shows not only mastery, but comfort with this ability. It is very much shorthand. That's kind of what I got, that of him just being able to Satil Shan, better lightning her. Okay, moving on. Like, it seemed so, like, secondhand with him. Yeah, so my only concern would be the strength of the lightning, because we see Satil get up right after, but that more might speak on her defenses over his strength. I don't know. His other weakness would be his force walls. We do see Chaos Sundarach kind of force toss him a couple times, at least once. Though, again, it might be Chaos strength. I don't know. That's kind of hard to decide. So we also need to bring up his experience, right? So Vindican died in his first real fight in this war. So he spent his entire life as a politician and backstabbing other Sith, getting ready for this moment. He was not a seasoned warrior. He wasn't. This is his first battle of the war. So all in all, his force applications were extremely deadly and impressive despite his lack of experience and maybe lack of potency.
I mean, we can kind of assume, if you played the Old Republic, like Sith training methods, he had to fight a little bit. He had to kill a few people.
Yeah, but he's not a warrior. He's not a seasoned veteran.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Like, sure, he probably kills other Sith. But, yeah.
Don't they all?
Okay, do we want to just go right to Lucien Dray's force, or do we got anything else you want to say?
I'm cool with going on the force. To Lucien Dray's force.
Cool. And then we'll just finish off the rest of my notes. Amazing. I'm sitting on a bed in my wife's grandparents' house in the room that her mom grew up in. So that's why I have to keep stretching my legs, because I'm not able to sit in the Indian position for more than this long. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Lucien Draay, despite being a duelist first and foremost, which we've covered. That being said, he did not lack in power. In fact, he had a lot of potency in his force applications. What he lacked was control. As a duelist, his physical force augmentation was off the charts, which we've seen. Like him tanking lightsaber or lightning and things like that. He was, especially with that, and also his strength. He was credited with basic telepathy and the basic Jedi mind trick, which we do see him use in the comic. He has never been shown with any potent proficiency in lightning or Tutaminis. So getting rocked by Hazen's usage of both, he tanks them and survives them, but he doesn't, block them. He doesn't use any type of energy control to stop him. He just goes, all right, give me that lightning. All right, cool. So he did keep things basic and simple. That's what he did. So instead of branching out and learning new things, he just doubled and tripled down on his basics. And that's kind of his whole thing, is why do I need to buy another force sheet? This is talking role-playing. But why do I need to pick up Protect and Unleash when I can just completely buy out my move? I could kill people with force pushes, dudes. And that's what he does. So his force pushes were nothing short of devastating. He could do repulses that would rip everybody out of their chairs in an area, just tear everybody and put everybody to the wall. He could just push out an entire room. So when the bomb of the Lucien, when they were bombing Lucien estate or the Draay estate, he force pushed somebody, making everyone think that he took flight. So he was trying to force push somebody out of the way of the bombing, and he pushed them across the city. So everyone's like, is he just flying away? No, his force pushers were that good. He's like, you know what? Boom! And he flew a mile. So his force skills were just like his lightsaber skills. Basic, turned up to 11. There you go. That's all my notes.
I'm beginning to see the worth of Lucien Draay. Seeing the worth. I'm beginning to see the worth of Lucien Draay.
Because he's awesome.
Right.
Just the lightning, I was going to say Vindican, but now I'm really torn after those descriptions.
But that's it. And it's this shot right here. he's getting hit with the lightning. And I think Hazen's dark side, because those are those dark side gauntlets, that might be more potent than Vindican's lightning.
Yeah.
I think he might tank right through him. It's weird that physical ability is winning this. So I might still give Vindican the force edge, but I do kind of feel like a weird thing like Lucien Draay's physicality might give him the overall edge.
But I mean, even that much
because he can take
TK strength, if he's strong enough to force push that hard, and Vindican can't stop a force push, I mean, it could be the strength of those other Jedi in the cutscene, but is Lucien Draay as powerful as a powerful force pusher too? He'd be doing the same thing then, wouldn't he?
I would put him at the same potency of Chaos and Ratch, if not more, when it comes to his force pushes. He's probably more strong with his TK than Chaos and Ratch.
But we do know Vindican can actually block force. He can stop it from hurting him. So
he can stop energy like that, but he hasn't stopped the force push. And also remember, Lucien Draay lived through the entire bombardment of the state, and all he did was lose his eyes. He lived through the bombing of a square mile, and he just looked like this after. He looked better. That badass.
Yeah,
so
I'm cool
right.
with Draay.
I'm very biased, clearly.
When I said I knew where this was going, this is what I was saying. I have a feeling it's going toward Draay. But yeah, I'm down for Draay on force.
Yeah, I still think I'm going to say Vindican just because Force Lightning is a more potent, or more, I think, takes more to do that than it does just be very powerful.
In mastering 2 to Menace is dude, who else? Yoda? There's not a lot of people who have that level of 2 to Menace down. That's funny, is I think Lucien overall, but I do think Vindican for Force. But not that strong of an edge. I mean, not because most of the things that he has over him, the physicality of Lucien will counterbalance.
Yeah, normally physicality doesn't come out that strongly, but I think in Lucien's case, it might be one of those major factors that makes him badass.
Yeah. I mean, so what? You can shoot him all you want, but if all it does is just piss him off, what are you gonna do, man?
I don't know what to do, but it's weird and pissed off, whatever it is.
I don't know, but it's that guy.
Nice.
Love him.
All right,
okay.
Ready to vote? Is this it? Is this the time?
Well, are we agreeing on Vindican for Force?
I'm cool. I will concede Vindican on Force.
Okay, then we can do overall.
All right. I do think it's Lucien, but it's gonna be a hell of a scrap.
I think he's gonna get fucked up. Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mainly just because he can actually take the Force Lightning and keep on moving forward.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, it might throw him, but it's not taking him out of the match. He might push him away, but he's just gonna stand up and get right in there. I mean, of course, I want to give it to Lucien because he's my main man, but also I purposely didn't want to give him somebody who I know he'd walk through, because Vindican's definitely nothing to sneeze at. He's a really good duelist, and he's mastered a rather strong part of the Force. So,
well, and I mean, it is the coolest cutscene. It is the coolest CGI lightsaber battle we have outside of Clone Wars, I suppose. So.
Yeah. And one more thing I really want to bring up.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
I had to use it.
To yourself?
We all kind of expect it now, though.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
good.
great.
That was great. Yeah.
So you know how it's
Dr. Dre-
normally amazing. That one, I told Soda to give me the Homer Simpson one. It's like, dude, we have to bring in the second. Okay, so are we all in agreement of it's going to be bloody and he's probably going to lose his eyes again, but it's probably Lucy and Draay?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
All
Dr.
right.
Dre.
Well, Dr. Draay. Then that's it. And like, I'm sorry I didn't convey that it was an hour early. Amazing.
Oh, it's fine. It was fun.
my
You
bad.
showed up. You did it. It was great.
Yeah.
I
We needed a tiebreaker.
Yeah. Well, so someone had to do it. Why I'm here.
We tried to get Ben, and then he left the comments. Ben's like, "Hey guys," we're like, "Help us!" He's like, "Ooh, bye guys."
I make the decision so you don't have to.
Yeah.
It's like
All right.
did us what
Next
the dwarves or the elves did to the dwarves.
next week I won't be here, but they're going to be doing the show anyways. Evan, do you want to tell the folks what we're doing or what you're doing?
Is that so?
That's
is that the
talking
one with
about
me
Star
talking
Wars.
about Star Wars? Okay. So
Yeah.
I think it's going to be pretty stripped down. I'm going to do, we talk about verses. We talk about power levels. We talk about lightsaber forms. That's never been my wheelhouse. I like talking about it. That's Mark's wheelhouse. Yeah. We're going to talk about the emotional side of things, folks. I don't know what the hell it's going to look like. I don't know who's going to be there. All I know is I will be there, and it's going to be fun. I'm really... Exactly.
That was good timing.
It was great timing. I think it's going to be beautiful, though. I think it's going to be a hot one. No, that's reserved. That's. I associate Chris Farley so strongly with soda now. Like, I can't.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
inseparable. It's great.
We have 3 different Chris Farley clips here. We
Yeah.
have this one too,
Yeah, that one, and then the other one's the
and then this one.
Nice.
We got 3.
Fantastic.
No, and I think it's going to be a really awesome show, and I'm definitely going to watch it. I'll be here. No, I'll be somewhere else, but I'll be camping with my family, so there's definitely going to be no way for me to do the show. But I can't wait to watch it. And
I want to see who will come on.
do you have any idea who you're going to have as guests?
I actually have no idea. I'm just realizing this is going to be super fun because I'm going to go.
Do you want to
totally
ask
in the
Amazing?
dark.
He's right there.
I'm going
He
to
loves
choose
Star Wars.
people who have never been on the show. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh.
Nothing personal.
That's it.
No problem.
Yeah, it's not because you showed up halfway through.
I was
Nothing
cool with
really
that, No, I want to choose a couple.
It's
of
gonna be
individuals.
just like it's gonna be your brother who you already have a show with. It's just gonna come in here.
It very well could be. He's, maybe who knows.
He's emotional.
But, yeah, he's
All
not
right,
very emotional compared to me.
Besides next week, the next week after that, we're gonna do another alien game show, and I actually get to be on it since Evan won last week's. That means that he's not going to be on this one, so he's going to ask he's going to write the questions and ask them, and Soda's going to write some too. And yeah, I'm excited to play. And then after that, we're going to go on a nice size break, maybe 2 to 3, maybe 4 weeks. And then after that, when we come back, we already know what our next versus video is going to be. And we already know that we're going to at least do 1 or 2 more alien games because we might do 1 more before we do when all the winners play. And, we already know what our next tier list is going to be too. So we have the next 3 after the break planned.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
True.
All right. Well,
you guys will see it in the coming months, and I can't wait. And Amazing. Do you have anything you want to tell them before we get out of here?
May the tacos be with you, I suppose.
Yeah, love it. Evan, do you have
Amazing.
anything you want to tell them?
I don't know if you're at liberty to say anything, but what am I allowed to know your name? Are you allowed to say it? Can you say it?
He doesn't want to.
He doesn't want us.
Mind is privacy, you bastard.
I'm just curious. It's okay.
What's scruffy looking?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, scruffy looking.
My wife wants me to remain anonymous on
That's
that.
fine.
I
No, I
that
understand.
is, but
I was
Yeah,
curious.
geez. Wouldn't you just dox him? Would you just put his name and his
I
address
put
and
his
his
name
phone
out
number
there?
up there?
Yeah, here's his credit card number, folks. Here's my Twitter handle, folks. Look me up. I do all kinds of shit. So I just posted. I reposted a documentary I made a couple years ago on there recently because the monster cereals are coming back to stores, folks, and it's that time of year. It's getting spooky. And my brother and I made a documentary about the monster cereals, and it's really fun. But
You mean like
yeah.
Blueberry and Franken?
Count
Yeah.
Chocula.
Yeah, it's about
Nice.
this CD that came out. We tried to figure out who made this CD, and we interviewed a bunch of people who actually made it. It was the CD that was in the cereal boxes in like 2001.
Huh.
Wow.
So we tracked everyone down. We talked to the voice of Count Chocula. It was great. It's kind of cool. So yeah,
Sounds like an nice documentary.
It's only like 30 minutes long too. So go check it out. You know, if anyone's even watching. But yeah. No, I just want to say amazing. Thank you for the show too, for being on the show. We'll obviously have you back like in a week or two. Mark, what do you need to plug?
Besides this amazing channel, Schmoes of the North, watch it for all your Schmoedown content, and then all the other amazing shows on here, like Shooting the Breeze. Sometimes Snark has a midlife crisis. There's a lot of really cool stuff on here. The top 5 with the media sweaties, all of it's good stuff. And I'm an artist. I'm not painting too much because I have a 1-year-old child. So once she can finally leave me alone so I can paint, probably next year. But if you want to see my older paintings, I'm not done. It's not a dead Instagram. I'm just not having chances to paint right now. I'm at Mark Taco Face on Instagram. And that's all I got, man. Thanks for watching my nephews and anyone who watches afterwards. Thanks. And I hope you like this, Lucien Draay. I told Evan right away that I wanted to do a Lucien Draay, and I'm finally glad we got to do it. And, you know, awesome. Talk to you amazing humans later.